travel, go someplace, have a cup of tea, and you're there.
Yeah, pretty soft for them. Set those people down in this stinking jungle, and they wouldn't stand a chance in a million of coming out alive.
Take it easy. I'll put you on the beam.
Thank you. I'm afraid I've been a nuisance to you, but you've been very kind to me.
Service with a smile is our motto. And besides, you're my priority job on this trip. Are you at all worried about that operation?
Oh, no. No, I've traveled halfway around the world to see this doctor. He has a wonderful reputation, and he's confident he can restore my sight.
A young woman.
Yes, sir?
Look at that watch. I gave you explicit instructions that I must take my medicine every 2 hours. You're 10 minutes late.
I'm sorry, sir.
Sorry? If you were my employer, I'd discharge you for that. I shall report this negligence to the company. Now get me a glass of water immediately.
Hostess.
Yes?
I've finished my lunch. And I'm accustomed to the attention of well-trained servants. Remove this tray.
Yes, madam.
Hello, Jane. What's cooking?
Me, plenty. I had to come up here and cool off or I would have exploded.
Never explode in front of people. Might disturb the harmony of their lives.
This guy, he has no love for his fellow man.
Want to get along without my affection. Say, what do you think of our passengers?
Well, not being a profane woman, I can't tell you what I really think. All except one. She's a sweet kid. The only one who really has anything to gripe about. She's blind.
I knew some boys that lost their eyes once. It's hard to take.
Hello, Nicky, mon cher.
Hello. Who are you?
Me? I am Rennie Lacour, the headline artist, the atom bomb.
I like the way you pronounce it.
Oh, thank you. I see you many times at the Golden Egg Club in New York. And when I see you here, it's like I see an old friend.
Swell. But I'm not in the market for friends, so goodbye.
I read in the paper about Nick Trevelyan. He leave America in a very big hurry.
Go on.
I think it would be nice if we be friends. In the little handbag, you have some dirty shirts, maybe?
And you're suggesting that you do laundry work, I suppose?
And why not? I think it would be smart if I do this laundry work.
You try to blackmail me and I'll break your neck.
You big ape, I'll teach you to lay a hand on me. Nick Trevelyan, the big shot racketeer, with every cop in the homicide squad looking for him. Someone should send a radio message that Nick Trevelyan is on this plane. There'd be a truckload of cops on hand to meet you.
I'll talk to you later.
Flight 17 to Control Tower. Flight 17 to Control Tower, over. Stand by for report.
Sit down. Get them off the controls or we'll all crash.
You're off the air.
Yeah. When you wrecked the radio, we lost the beam.
Here's a beam you can follow. Head for someplace on the coast.
We'll never make it. Not enough gas. Besides, this is unexplored territory.
We'll start exploring. And remember, I can read a compass. Scram, sister, go on about your business.
I'm worried about Flight 17. Complete radio silence, and she's 2 hours overdue.
Send search planes from both ends.
Roger. Hello, search planes. Go ahead.
Hold on to your hat. We're going downstairs.
What do you mean, downstairs?
Only birds fly without gas. You mind if I call a stewardess?
Go ahead, but no funny business.
Pilot to Jane Mason. Come forward on a double.
What's on your mind, Skipper?
Seat belt. I'm setting her down.
Right. Fasten your seatbelts, please. We are making an emergency landing.
Why this an outrage? I have an important engagement demanding immediate attention. I'll not submit to any delay.
Oh, no, you cannot do that to me.
This is an emergency landing, not a matter of choice. Your hoodlum friend has a gun and just murdered the co-pilot. Now fasten your seatbelt. Don't worry, there isn't a better pilot in the world than Larry Burke.
You know your job. How do we stand? What are the odds?
Not so good. If I don't find a hole in that jungle, I'll make one. And I hope you break your neck.
There's no airfield down there. Nothing but jungle.
No, this can't happen to me. You only read about things like this.
Young woman, it's time for me to take my medicine.
I'm sorry, sir, but you'll have to wait.
Ah, there's a spot. Looks about as big as a dime from here. I gotta hit it on the nose. I won't have a second shot. Here's hoping. At least I'm not dead. That was no angel. Anybody hurt?
Not seriously.
I am too.
All right, all out. End the line.
I thought it was the end of the world.
Confidentially, so did I. Come on.
I shall report you for landing here, young man.
Get me out of this.
Give me your hands. Easy. All right, jump. Same thing. Look at what happened to my...
Get me out of here, somebody! Somebody do something! Get me out of this seat!
Get up!
How dare you speak to me that way? I'll report you to the company.
I wish someone would. Come on.
I should have taken a taxi.
Come on, sweetheart.
Ooh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Young man, where are the steps?
About 1,000 miles from here. You want to step down or wait till I get them?
I'll wait. The company shall hear about this, young man. Ah. Most humiliating experience. I'll report this to the company.
Get up. You looking for this?
Okay, so I'll pay off.
Yeah, you'll pay off all right. But not to me. I should kill you right now. But then I'd be in your class. Now come on and help me bury this boy you murdered.
It wasn't murder. It was suicide. He should have known better.
We'll talk about that later. You got us into this jam, but maybe I can sweat some use out of you. Now, come on.
Hostess, I'd like my overnight bag. Get it.
Stay where you are, Jane. Now, let's get one thing straight. You may not have noticed it, but you will. We're stuck in the middle of a jungle. And a jungle doesn't give a hoot who your grandpappy was or how much dough he left you. We all start even from here. From here on out, it's root hog or die.
Now look here. I demand that you do something. It's vitally important that I attend a certain board meeting. It's a deal involving millions.
I have a big deal on, too.
Yeah?
Finding enough food to keep us from starving to death. What food we've got, we share and share alike.
That ain't the way I operate.
I ought to kill you right now. And I'll give the law the chance to do the job.
I got news for you. Maybe you ain't gonna be around to do any talking.
All right, you're all free to go on your own. Or you can stick with me. If you stick with me, you'll obey orders. There'll be no gold breaking. Everyone will carry his own weight, and that includes the women.
Young man, it's your responsibility to see that I arrive safely at my destination. I've considerable influence. I'll not be bullied by a young whippersnapper.
Okay, Pops, through the company. Now, I know the jungle. I was shot down once in the South Pacific, and I managed to come out alive. Our best bet is to stay here and hope a search plane will find us. It won't be easy because we're 500 or 600 miles off our course, thanks to that hoodlum. We'll all pitch in and help build a camp. Think it over while I find a spot for one. Jane, break out some chow.
Okay, Skipper.
Jane, let me help.
Sure you can. Come along.
My cigarette case, s'il vous plaît.
What are you talking about?
My cigarette case, you have it.
Don't be ridiculous. What would I want with that dime store trash?
What do you mean, dime store trash? That case costs plenty of dough, see? And no light finger, Ma. Lift it off me.
Don't look now, but your East Side accent is showing.
Don't give me any of your hi-hat brush. I want that case, see? Were you going to give it to me, or do I...
Don't be so obnoxious.
Oh, so I'm obnoxious. I'm just as good as you are.
What's the matter?
She stole my cigarette case. You're a liar. You're a liar.
Now, relax, will you? I got your cigarette case. Here.
Where'd you get it?
A chimp dropped it. He was the thief. Now, look. Things are going to be tough enough without you two acting like alley brats. So settle down. Well, what a surprise.
Mary helped me fix it.
We rigged a serving table and broke out the chow, and, well, now we're ready for mess.
Well, where'd you get all that nautical talk?
From Jane.
We should find a spot for a camp close to water. There's a river not far away. We'll move everything we can use from the plane.
You mugs can sit around and rot if you want to. I'm getting out of here. I want my share of that food.
Okay, I'd just as soon you got it that way as any other.
What do you mean?
You won't get through that swamp alive. That's what I mean. Jane, divide the food 7 ways.
I already have.
Well, give him his share.
How about my gun?
That I keep. Exhibit A.
I ought to break your neck before I leave.
Some other time, huh? Maybe Nicky Mouchiat.
Yeah, maybe.
You sure did a sweet wrecking job on that radio.
Now, look here. You must get that radio in operation. I have a vitally important engagement. You've ruined all my plans by isolating me here from the world.
You're breaking my heart.
Well,
You are not happy? Maybe René can make you feel better, no?
Skip it. Your French accent doesn't impress me.
Okay, so it's an act. Is that any reason why we can't be friendly?
No, I've no objection to being friendly.
Sure, good idea.
It's plain to see what life means to me, the glory of the heaven above.
How would you like me to do a song I did at the Oriental in Chicago? Honey, it'll send you.
I've heard it.
The smell of the touch of love, and in the dark I'm touched by a spark, revealing just what I'm thinking of, and I can tell when I...
What's the matter?
That face, what is it?
Come on, snap out of it. There's nothing out there.
There is something. As big as a horse and with a face like a bad dream.
Hey, you got any more ammunition for this?
No, I left in a hurry. All the shells I had are in the gun.
Come on, relax. Take it easy. The fire's a protection against wild animals.
Wait a minute. There is something. I saw it move.
Hello. I thought I heard somebody drop in, but it took me a long time to find you.
Who is it? It's a sweet old man with a beautiful dog.
Well, it's a pleasure to have visitors.
Is there a nearby town where I can get transportation?
No, ma'am. There's no one round here except me. And I've been here for a long time.
Ah, then you should know this country pretty well and be able to guide me to civilization. I'll pay you well, sir.
You're right in the middle of the biggest swamp in the world. It's all around you. Crawling with crocodiles, quicksands, and bogs underfoot. I don't know the way out. You mind if I sit down? I'm tired. You'd be surprised to know the peace and contentment I found here. Living a quiet life, close to nature. Most of the creatures are friendly and understanding. That is, if you afford them the courtesy of not intruding when they're hungry. Oh, I get lonesome once in a while. I can talk to the dog and the other creatures, but they can't answer back. And that's not very satisfying to a man who craves a little conversation.
If there's no way out, how did you get here?
A native who knew the trail through the swamp guided me in here. But a crocodile killed him, and I could never find the trail again.
Why did you come here?
Oh, I heard stories from the natives about there being diamonds here.
Did you find any?
Oh, yes. But I got tired wasting my time picking them up.
You mean you got tired picking up diamonds?
Why not? They're not good for anything. You can't eat them. I have one chatterbox among my friends. He's a petty larceny scoundrel, steals everything he sees. And he's not even ashamed of himself.
What a wonderful bird. He's almost human.
Do you think he'd come over to me?
Jimmy? Give the lady a nice kiss. Go on, give the lady a kiss. I can be of help to you in getting settled, and I can show you how to find food. There's plenty of food in the jungle if you know how to find it.
Where do I find the ham and eggs?
Hmm?
How do you like getting your groceries the hard way? It's a little different from having a butler announce dinner.
Long-haired old fossil. Dug with a stick until I almost broke my back. Look at my fingernails.
Yeah, you could stand a manicure. How you doing?
Just fine. Where's my bag?
It's in that pile there.
Well, I better get going. I've got work to do.
Boy, that's a long haul. There's still a lot of stuff in that plane we can use. Hey, where's our shaggy guardian angel?
Oh, he said he went to cook some chowder.
Chowder? Boston or Coney Island?
Probably Congo.
Sometimes you act as bad as people. Wobbling and fighting. I'm ashamed of you.
How do you do, sir?
Jimmy, take the gentleman's hat. Fish boiled with these herbs and roots make a very palatable chowder.
Yes, smells delicious. I was quite interested in what you said about discovering a diamond field. Could I see a sample?
Why, certainly. Jimmy, show the gentleman one of your pretty pebbles.
Crow using diamonds to play with. You know, we could incorporate this property and make millions selling stock.
So go ahead and incorporate.
Would you sign an agreement giving me the controlling interest?
Certainly. But I'm just wondering who you're going to sell the stock to.
Yeah, that's quite true at the moment. Yeah, but we're not going to be here all our lives.
You will unless you sprout wings.
How do you do it?
Do what?
keep happy in this rotten world with all the breaks against you.
I don't think it's a rotten world. I think it's a very nice world. May I see what you look like?
Sure. You want me to paint a self-portrait?
Oh, no. No, I want to see for myself. You have a nice face. Honest, strong. These lines of bitterness, they spoil it. They shouldn't be there.
They have a right to be there.
Why?
Well, you're talking to an old man, all at 26.
I'm just about ready to dish up. Come on in.
What did that stuffed shirt want?
He was eager to make me rich by selling stock in my diamond mine.
Look, don't make any kind of a deal with Kendricks.
Why not?
He'll rob you.
Oh, yes.
I got contacts so we can smuggle these diamonds to the United States. No duty, no tax, no nothing. We'll make millions.
Look, you and Mr. Kendricks settle that between you. He'll sell the stock and you'll smuggle the diamonds. Then you'll both be happy, eh?
Okay, funny man, so I'm laughing. How long have you been here?
I don't know. The sun comes up and the sun goes down. But it's just another day. I stopped counting long ago.
Could be you're hiding out, maybe from the law.
It could be, but I'm not.
You can pick up diamonds with a handful and you're satisfied to stay in this stinking jungle? No, that don't make sense.
It could.
Come on, Pop, stop horsing around. I got you doped. You're hiding out for a reason. You're afraid if we get away, we'll talk. Well, don't worry about me. I'm not talking to any cops.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I can't do anything about it.
Look, don't give me the runaround. You can make it tough on yourself or easy.
Downplay. Downplay. The dog was afraid you were going to harm me. He'll be all right now.
It's a good idea. I'm gonna get me a dog the next time I start to operate.
Oh, just make yourselves at home now. Everything's ready.
How do you do?
Did you sell any stock to the crocodiles?
That's very funny. And this is certainly a new experience for me.
I never expected to have the pleasure of entertaining guests.
I'd like to... Would you mind if I said thanks?
Why, of course not.
Heavenly Father, in whom we live and move and have our being, we are grateful that we can place our trust in thy loving care. Thou art ever mindful of us, thy children. Though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we need fear no evil. Thou art an ever-present help in time of trouble. We thank thee for the table set before us in the wilderness and the protection of thy hand in the midst of dangers. Amen. And our thanks to our host, a friend in need.
It's just the other way around, my dear. My thanks to you.
Get that beast away from me!
Be nice to him, sweetheart. He might be a relative.
Ah!
Looking for something?
Yeah, something that belongs to me.
You won't find it. Larry threw it away.
I think you're lying.
You're entitled to think whatever you please. But I think you'd better get out of here. Why the pensive mood?
I was wondering if there might not be a way of getting out of here.
You might as well wish for the moon. We're trapped. We'd spend our lives in this awful place. But we still could be good friends.
Well, I'm not so sure we're trapped. Maybe it's impossible to get out of here on foot, but it might be done in a canoe.
A canoe? Where will you get one? Order it by mail?
No, I'll make one, a dugout. It'll be a long, tough job, but it can be done.
How utterly fantastic. Me, a recognized power in the financial world, mending a fishnet.
Hasn't done you any harm. You haven't taken any medicine in a long time. And you're still alive.
Oh, I feel fine, except for this deadly monotony.
Did you ever enjoy peace of mind?
I never had time. Been too busy with financial matters. And I've always enjoyed the struggle and the satisfaction of winning.
Winning what?
Why?
The hatred of some fellow man? The wreckage of some man's business? The heartbreak of the widow of her own man who committed suicide? I wouldn't call them very valuable trophies. Well, I think that'll do it. I'll set it up. Thank you very much, Mr. Kedricks.
Larry, why do you dislike me?
Who said I disliked you?
You did. In every possible way except knocking me down.
I have scruples about knocking people down, especially ladies.
I'd prefer that you had. Then be very good friends.
Well, I don't think there's any need for such drastic action, just to be good friends.
Am I being snubbed?
No, of course not. I'm just doing some heavy thinking.
I see. And I don't rate heavy thinking, huh? Well, it's a new experience to have my friendship treated so indifferently. Not exactly enjoyable.
My heavy thinking is devoted to us getting out of here. I don't intend to spend the rest of my life in this jungle. Nick might as well lend a hand, so I'll go get him.
Larry, Nick was snooping around in your place hunting for something.
Probably the gun. So he lied when he said he had no more ammunition. I thought so at the time.
Well, I hope it's where he can't get his hands on it.
It's no good without ammunition, so I left it in the plane.
Was that wise?
Oh, it's well hidden. I think I'll have a little talk with Nick. We're stuck here together whether we like it or not. It might help matters some if we try to get along with each other.
In my book, you can drop dead.
Okay, wise guy, you don't worry about my health, I don't worry about yours. But let me tell you something. If I catch you rummaging around through my stuff, I'll knock your ears off.
Well, they don't knock off real easy.
I'm willing to work hard.
Hey, remember me? I'm one of the gals you dumped in the jungle.
Yeah, I've seen you around.
Swell. I didn't think you could see me at all.
Larry?
What? What's on your mind?
Larry, I hate to be a nuisance, but I'm all out of supplies, and the weaving industry is closing down from lack of material.
Well, I can't have my best pair of hands idle. We'll do something about it right away.
Thanks.
Wait. Wait right there.
What's the matter?
A few feet further there and you'll sink out of sight. That's quicksand. I'll show you. Now watch.
This horrible jungle. Everywhere you turn, there's nothing but death.
There's life in the jungle as well as death. It's possible to pass through here in safety. I'll show you how to judge where the ground is solid. Now you see that fungus there? Well, how does the sweat of honest toil feel on your brow by now?
Working like a common laborer. It's humiliating a man of my importance.
What makes you so important?
I'm a power in the financial world. I can make or break a man with a word. Why, Well, let's talk about something else. Do you think there's any chance of getting through the swamp?
Well, it's possible in a boat, but I wouldn't want to try it. Hey, you black imp of Satan. What have you stolen now? Take that back. Take it back. Has no respect for property rights. Thinks he's entitled to take anything that strikes his fancy.
See, that crow's almost human. It's a wonder he hasn't organized a mob.
I think I'll go take a look at the old plane. Might be something there I can still use.
Well, I don't think it's wise to go very far from camp.
I don't see why not. I've practically gone native, and besides, I'm not afraid of this jungle anymore.
Suit yourself.
Be seeing you.
She's dead. Come on, fellas, give me a hand, will you?
I fell, and while Jane was helping me up, that gorilla grabbed her. There wasn't anything I could do.
It was a tough break that it had to be her. She was a good Joe, all the way. They don't any finer.
Mary,
Yes.
she lost her life trying to save mine. I'd like to pay off. Will you let me take her place as much as possible?
Of course. I'll be very grateful for your help.
Well, we ought to be able to start pretty soon, huh?
Not we. Me. I'm going alone.
Hey, wait a minute. What's the idea? I got an interest in this scow. You ain't gonna muscle me out.
The trip will be tough enough without having you along. If I get through, I'll guide a rescue plane back.
So you get back and talk to the cops. So what does that get me?
About 80 years.
Look, I never meant to kill that guy. He jumped me and the gun went off. It was as much his fault as it was mine.
Remember me? I was there.
Look, be smart. I got dough. Give me a break and help me get out of here. I'll set you up on Easy Street.
It's a long, tough road between here and Easy Street.
Yeah, but if you do get back to the bright lights, maybe you could use like 25 grand, huh? Think it over.
I'm thinking.
How you doing?
Just fine. You?
Okay. So who's your friend?
Oh, I'm sorry. This is Beelzebub. Beelzebub, Mr. Burke. A very nice gentleman.
Hiya, Bub. The old prince of devils himself in person. Come on over here. Come on over here. Come on. Come on over here. Well, what do you know about that?
You have such a nice face when you laugh.
I'll bet you'd tell that to all the boys.
Let's you and me have a talk.
Oh? What's to talk about?
Plenty. You opened your big mouth and got me into this mess.
Well, I didn't do myself much good.
Maybe you can if you're smart. At the same time, you square yourself with me.
What's the deal?
Burke plans to go alone and send back a rescue plane to pick up the rest of us. I don't like that idea. I got another plan. You can be a big help.
Would it be any help if you had the gun?
Do you know where it is?
Could be.
Okay, lay it on the line. What do you want?
I play the angles that pay off for me. Besides, I got nothing to win around here.
Go on.
You got good connections. If we get out, you can be a big help to me.
Okay. Is that all?
No. I want a 25% cut of that dough.
25? Do you think I'm crazy?
Do you think I'd throw in with you just to win your love? Honey, you don't have that much appeal.
Okay, it's a deal. We stick together and you get your cut. Now, where's the gun?
It's hidden somewhere in the plane. I don't know exactly where,
That's
because...
close enough.
Looks like we're in for a bad storm. I'd suggest we all stay together at my house.
That's a good idea.
Come in. This river soon gets lost in the swamp. But if I remember right, it comes out of the swamp somewhere southwest of here and empties into the Congo.
I'll get the compass from the plane.
Son, you've no idea what you're up against in that swamp.
It's the only way out. I'll have to take a chance. I want all the food I can take, stuff that won't spoil.
You black scoundrel, what have you stolen now? Here, give me that, give me that, give me that. Oh, I guess it's nothing important.
Might be very important.
Well, wait now, here. I'll go.
Have you seen Nick?
Yes, here a little while ago and took your flashlight. He was pretty impertinent about it, too. What makes you so dark out?
There's a storm coming up. Which way did Nick go?
Think he went toward the plane.
Now, don't you worry.
I can't help it.
He's probably sitting in some sheltered spot waiting for the storm to pass.
Yes. I suppose you're right. Silly of me to feel so frightened.
Yes. Worry is mostly imagination. It magnifies all the worst possibilities.
I know. But it's not so easy to remember that when someone you're fond of might be in danger.
What a storm!
Larry!
They really put on a show down here.
Larry!
Why the enthusiastic greeting?
I was afraid for you.
Why?
Well, because
Don't worry about me. On the bad penny, it always turns up.
Say, I'm playing you, not your whole family.
You're a child in my hands. I don't need any help.
No more than a burglar needs a set of tools.
Can't you boys get along together?
You seem to be very happy.
I am.
Mary, don't you think you should have more exercise? Well, I guess I should.
How would you like to come along with me to market while I grub for roots? Just for the walk, of course.
Well, I'd love to.
All right. Off to market we go. Patricia, this is nice. Walking through the jungle and feeling the soft earth under my feet. What's the matter? Nothing. Nothing. I'm just looking around. Mary. You wait right here while I go fill the basket. Patricia. Patricia, wait a minute. Patricia. Patricia, where are you? Patricia? 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 Patricia, where are you? Patricia, help me! Patricia, something's wrong! Patricia! Someone hurry! Help me! Patricia, please, someone! Can't you hear me? Patricia! Help! Can't you hear me?
Something's wrong. We better find out what it is.
I'll get you out, honey.
Wait a minute. Why don't you sink in there? Get branches.
Help me, Larry.
Here, take this axe and keep sharp.
All right, come on.
Give me a hand, honey. Come on, start chopping that stuff and bring some more in here.
There you are, safe at home. You gave us a bad few minutes, young lady.
Larry, I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. I was very foolish to wander off by myself. I thought I was on the path.
Well, I'll forgive you this time, but don't try it again.
Hey, what have you two been doing? Making mud pies?
I'll tell you about it later. Get her to bed right away, will you?
Sure. Come on, honey. Mary. Tricia. Oh, Mary, please forgive me. I must have been insane. I was so wrong.
It's all right.
It's so humiliating having Larry brush me aside for you. My pride was hurt. I had to destroy something.
You don't have to talk about it anymore. I understand. Don't be unhappy.
Well, what do you say?
You get the gun?
No chance.
We'll have to make our play without it. You know, Whisker's dog doesn't like me. Go tie him up so he'll stay put. I got a proposition to make old Whiskers, and I think he may need some persuading.
I don't like it. Don't get rough with the old man.
You let me decide that. I'll meet you there in 10 minutes.
Okay, have it your way.
Well, everything's about ready. I guess I'll shove off tomorrow.
Larry. Larry, please don't go. It'll be dangerous, and I couldn't bear it.
Darling, it's our only hope of rescue. And your only chance of ever being able to see again.
Larry, I'll never be able to see you any better than I do right now. That's the most important thing in the world to me.
What about the others? They're entitled to a chance, too, aren't they?
Yes. I suppose you're right.
What's the matter?
Let you and me have a little talk. I'm getting out of here. I don't know this jungle, and you do. You're going with me.
Oh, but I have no desire to leave.
Well, you better dream up one because you're leaving.
I will not.
Let's talk this over nice and quiet, shall we?
There's nothing to talk over.
Do you feel more agreeable? You're going with me. You can go in the boat or I'll tie you on behind this crocodile bait.
I'm still not going.
Look, Pop, we've argued long enough. Get in.
No, you're crazy to think you can get through that swamp.
Nick worked hard to bring that upon himself. Wait a minute. That's a pretty heavy load. Let me carry it for you.
Well, you're a funny duck. I play a rotten trick on you, and you treat me as if nothing's happened. And you didn't even tell the others about it.
Oh, I was beaten up a little, yes. But no real harm was done. Besides, I don't believe in carrying a grudge around.
Mary. Mary, he made it. There's a plane in the sky. Mary.
Flight 17 resuming interrupted flight. Darling, I contacted your doctor. The operation's all set. You'll soon be
Hate to leave, but I've got a job to do. I got a lot of money I've got to put to some good use. Well, don't be surprised if I drop in on you again someday.
To sell some more stock in my diamond mine?
You old rascal.